Hey guys, Alessio, hope you're well. Doing a quick video update for you about Bitcoin. So as we can see here on the chart of Bitcoin, the crypto has managed to climb over a key level of resistance. As we can see there on the chart, that's a 21 weekly moving average. So what could this mean for Bitcoin? Could this be a positive bullish sign? Or could there be risks around the corner, and what should we be watching out for? All right guys, join me. All right guys, welcome back. So before we go into the chart of Bitcoin, let me just briefly tell you where I am. I'm in Robin Hood's Bay in the north of England. Look at this amazing view, guys, behind me. I mean, look at this just beautiful coastline and this calm and serene sea and beautiful valleys. I have to tell you, if you're looking for a place with quaint little villages and tea rooms and great places to eat, by the way, this is definitely a place to come. Again, in the north of England. Anyway, let's talk about the chart of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has managed to finally climb above a key level of resistance. Now, you may recall some weeks ago when I was back in Iran, Bitcoin got rejected from the 21 weekly moving average. But fortunately, with some bit of luck, Bitcoin has managed to rescue itself, and it has managed to bounce back from the lows we had in April and indeed move above the 21 weekly moving average, which is approximately, at the moment as I'm making this video, it's about the 86,500 to 87K level. And hopefully this weekly candle bar can now close above that level. Now, in case you're thinking, what could this mean for Bitcoin? Well, in the past, usually when price has managed to climb back above the 21 weekly moving average, this has been a positive sign. Although, I should say it's a bit too soon to call. We need to see how the next couple of weeks play out as well. But nevertheless, in a healthy uptrend, usually price manages to get back above the 21 weekly moving average, even after initial failure, when it sometimes gets rejected from that level, as happened in March. Hey guys, before we continue, just to quickly mention, if you're looking for a reliable trading platform with fast execution, then look no further than Radex Markets, who's our sponsor for this video. With Radex Markets, you can trade a variety of different markets, for example, Bitcoin, crypto, stock markets, individual stocks, forex, gold, and much more. So check out the link in the description and apply for an account with Radex today. Thanks. So for example, if we look back some years ago in the year 2023, we can see it in September, October of 2023. After some consolidation sideways movement there, we can see Bitcoin finally managed to get above the 21 weekly moving average there. And by the way, when that happened, look at this. A massive rally then pretty much ensued and started off really from that point on. So it does appear that typically when Bitcoin manages to finally rescue itself and get above the 21 weekly moving average like it has done recently, this is a positive sign. I think it's a bullish sign. However, I do want to urge some caution here. There are situations when price gets above the 21 weekly moving average, but then a few weeks later it fails and goes back below it again. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen this time around. But if you look back in the year 2022, in March, April of 2022, some years ago, look what happened here. Bitcoin managed to get above the 21 weekly moving average here, managed to rescue itself, get above the 21 weekly, and then just a couple of weeks later, it fell back below it again. In April 2022, it fell below the 21 weekly. That was a huge warning sign. It was a warning sign of failure, because when price cannot remain above the 21 weekly, even after climbing back above it, it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of weakness in the trend. And usually it's a sign that price wants to move back and make fresh new lows. And you can see what happened in the year 2022 after that failure to stay above the 21 weekly. It then made new lows. It dropped significantly lower, as we can see there. Now again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here this time around on Bitcoin. It might not, who knows. All I'm saying is the next couple of weeks are going to be extremely important for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin needs to prove itself. If Bitcoin is going to prove to us that it's going to continue the uptrend, it must be able to stay above the 21 weekly moving average. Ideally, it needs to stay above the 82K level, 82,500 support. Because here's the thing, if Bitcoin were to drop below support, if Bitcoin were to drop back below the 21 weekly moving average, and especially if it breaks 82K or 80K, so if it starts breaking down below support, now again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but if that happens, then it could be an early warning sign that Bitcoin once again is failing to stay above support, the 21 weekly, and that failure could be an initial warning sign that it could potentially make new lows and fall significantly lower. Now, let's hope that does not happen, okay? I'm hoping that does not happen. For now, as long as Bitcoin stays above the 21 weekly moving average, that what we see here on the chart, for now is a positive sign, it's a bullish sign for the crypto, and I think potentially this could be a sign that in the next several weeks and months, we could move to the 100K and potentially even new highs on Bitcoin. Again, provided Bitcoin does not fail and it does not fall back below support. Again, the 21 weekly, and indeed 82,500 and so on and so on. So for now, the fact that Bitcoin has managed to climb above the key level of resistance, the 21 weekly moving average, for now this is a positive sign, it's a good sign, and a potentially bullish development. Let's just see what happens in the next few weeks. And guys, I'm going to cover the chart of Bitcoin as well as stock markets and gold in much more detail in the member video, so make sure you watch the members video on Sunday, and if you're not a member, you can join, and a link is here right there. Thank you very much indeed. I look forward to seeing the next video update. Cheers.